Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I took this button-up shirt and turned it into a bomber jacket. It's a pretty easy process and I feel like pretty much anyone could do it. First thing I did was cut off both of the cuffs on the sleeves. Then I cut off the collar. And then that pin right there was to show me what length I wanted it. So I measured it, which I think it was about 10 inches that I'd be cutting off the bottom, but first I needed to remove the button plackets. Now I need to get a straight line so I could get it cut completely straight all the way across the 10 inches. So I used my clear ruler and I measured up 10 inches and drew a line straight across. You can see my guideline right here, and I'm going to use my clear ruler and my rotary cutter, and I'm going to be able to cut it straight across. I like using a rotary cutter because I feel like it helps me get more of a precise edge and helps me cut better through it. Here I am just straightening out the sleeves, and actually I realized that I probably wanted to cut another 1.5 inches off. Maybe that was 2 inches, but because I was doing a cuff, I needed it to be shorter. So that's something you'll definitely need to do, is try your piece on and make sure you're getting everything the length that you want it. So here it is, all the pieces cut off, and that's what it looks like. So I looked at the front part of my bomber jacket and I realized I probably should get it straightened out just a little bit more. And so I straightened everything up and I used my clear ruler and some tailor's chalk, and I just drew the little parts that needed to come off. I drew a little line right there, and it wasn't a whole lot, it was just a little bit that I just needed to trim off. There was also a little pocket right there on the front, and I took that off. Now I needed to measure the sleeves so I knew how big to make the cuff. For the cuff and the band at the bottom, I basically measured it on the one side, multiplied that by 2, and then subtracted 2 inches because the fabric I was using had stretch. For the neckband, I just measured straight across the neck and then subtracted 2 inches from that measurement. So my bomber jacket needed pockets. Luckily, I had a lot of leftover fabric from what I'd cut off. I measured with my hand to make sure it would fit in there, and then I pinned where I thought was big enough to fit my hand. The side I was using for the pocket opening was already hemmed because of the shirt. Just needed to press down the top and attach it to the jacket. Here's my pocket pieces. I have them cut to fit both fronts, and then I have the top part pressed under and the sides are hemmed. It's going to be more of like a faux welt pocket, so the entrance is going to be from the side, and it's going to give it some type of like more design feature because it's got the seams across the top, and then down the front it's going to have the zipper, and then across the bottom it's going to have the band. So right here I have some scuba knit. It's a stretchy, sturdy knit, and I thought it would be perfect for the neckband, the cuffs, and the bottom band. The neckband I did 3 inches wide because it was going to be folded, so it was going to be about 1.5 inches once I had it attached. And I made it 19 inches long for reference. Make sure that you're cutting your band so that the stretchy part is what goes around. So right here, the longest part is going to be the stretchy part. This is going to be my bottom band. I did my bottom band 41 inches, and then I did it 5 inches wide, and the 41 inches is the stretchy part. So it will stretch around the long ways like that, and that is the bottom band, and then we have that is the neck band, and then my 2 wrist cuffs. My zipper, I ended up using a 18-inch zipper. Now this next part I use my French curve ruler for, but you can use a plate. This is the neckband. You need to curve those edges. Once you have them both curved and cut like that, it's useful if you can give it a good press. To attach the neckband, you need to first mark the middle. Sorry, I went off camera. And then mark the middle of the bomber jacket too. I just match the shoulder seams and then find the middle back and open it up. And then I match those up right there, put it right sides together, and then I match the middle, and then I stretch the ends to go to the edge of the bomber jacket. Use as many pins as you need to hold it in place. Once you have it all pinned, then go ahead and attach it. I used a 3/8 inch seam allowance, and I just used a straight stitch too. Here I'm just marking the bottom band and marking the middle, and then I find the middle of the back of the bomber jacket and fold in the two sides, and then I'm able to find the markings on the side, which usually it's the side seams, but then on the band I fold into the middle to find the side parts to match up to the side of the jacket. Once I have all the markings, I just go ahead and put them right sides together and match up the pins and stretch it as needed. I probably could have done a little more than 2 inches off of the bottom band. So here I'm attaching the cuffs to the sleeve, and they need to stretch a little bit. So I'm just matching up the middle to the middle of the sleeve, and I kind of squish it all in there. You'll see how I do it. I highly recommend using the scuba knit. It was really great. It worked really good. It stretches really well. It's nice and sturdy, and I just feel like it was the perfect thing to use on this bomber jacket. Something that I do is I stretch it as I go and pin it. That way I don't have to like guess, and that way it's all kind of looking nice and even as I sew it on. You will need to use a zigzag stitch to attach your cuffs because they need to stretch, but the top neckband and the bottom band I didn't use a zigzag stitch. Last step is installing the zipper. This is just an 18-inch open-ended nylon zipper that I got. I think it was, it said it was for jackets. So I laid it down to make sure it would fit, and then I flipped it over so I could make sure and attach the right side to the right side. Once I had it pinned, I had to make sure I did it right. So then I unzipped it and flipped the other piece over and attached to the other side. I always wonder what to do with those little flappy pieces at the top of the zipper. So on this one, all I did was just folded them down kind of to the side, and I sewed right over them. And here it is. It's all finished. I'm super excited with how it turned out. The zipper works. It's really nice. I even have pockets on the side, which give it a nice little design feature. As a reminder, here's what it looked like before. And here's the after. I like that I can wear this with just about anything. It's probably one of my favorite makes so far. For more fashion inspo, you can follow me on Instagram at LiQWYD or my blog, LiQWYDmade.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe.